one of my great friends, Chef Maggie. Maggie is the queen of food. I don't care who you are out there. Like, she runs Houston. She runs the high ticket, like very wealthy market of chef services and taking care of some of the wealthiest people probably in the country, I would say, like all over the world. She cooks for billionaires, millionaires, thousandaires, whatever you want to call it. Like, Maggie is the queen of cuisine, but she's also a very nice person, very loyal, and she's a Taurus. Let's go. Taurus is in the game, in the energy. So this is what we do. But I want you guys to really like just hear her story, understand what she does, but understand that, you have the same opportunity she does too, if you really believe in yourself. So Maggie, like, thank you for being here.
Well, thank you for
sure.
having me.
Nah,
This is
come
my
on
first
now.
podcast.
Come on
I've
now.
never done a podcast.
Well, you better get used to it because there's so many layers that we could go into, like in all these videos.
I'm gonna get comfortable.
Crazy.
My feet don't touch the floor, so I'm.
Oh yeah, no, well
just
then
gonna
get
be like
comfortable.
this. Okay, cool.
So like, but like, to start with that, like you were just talking about like your story, like you said it's controversial. So how did you go from Maggie just
Chef
to now
Maggie.
sky high chef, cooking for billionaires, traveling to all these crazy places? Like, you just told me you were literally cooking in a home that had a stove from the Kennedys.
Yes,
which
it's
is
like a 100-year-old stove
insane.
that we're taking out, and it's so sad because it's something that we've tried to preserve and keep. And even the historical society has just been like, it's a hazard. It's got to come out at this point.
Yeah.
So this summer, it's a new stove. Let's go a whole new range, but so much takes place outside of the kitchen because from here, I'm doing it from here, picking
Yeah.
out the range, helping with the installation. But just outside the kitchen, you do so much more. But yeah, that's it's a lot.
Yeah, and so I would say like that's probably one part of your business that most they think you just cook and leave, right?
Oh
And
my
I think that's
gosh.
kind of the stigma when
My
it comes to
phone is just, and I love it. It makes me
yeah,
so happy. I've had two people this week that have asked me like my opinion on what platters they should buy, or can you help
nice.
me with this tablescape? Does this plate look good here? Where should I set up,
Yeah,
this for that? And it just goes to show that your opinion is so much more
yeah,
valued even beyond cuisine.
yeah.
And you can just really place yourself in so many other areas than just standing at the stove.
And I think that's one of the great things about you that I've noticed like through our relationship is that you not only are you like still at this point in the game still bettering your knife skills, your cooking skills, your sushi skills, like you're learning so many different levels and elevating in so many levels of cooking, but you take it so much more further than the food. Like, you really truly create high quality
I'm
experiences.
all about the experience.
Mm.
Okay. I love plateware. I will go to a restaurant and I'm that one that's holding up the plate to see where it's
Yeah,
from. Because it is just the presentation. And I know it sounds so cliche, but people eat with their eyes.
yeah,
And so you're creating a memory and experience. Anyone can scramble an egg. I always
that is
say
true.
that.
That
But
is true.
but I mean, even you've made the transition
Hmm.
into culinary, which I find fascinating because I've always said, don't pigeonhole yourself.
Yeah,
And you are a prime example of someone who has really taken sports and wellness to the next level.
thank you.
And you're a chef now.
Yeah, I guess so.
You are. You are. I mean, and I just find that just so admirable and such an inspiration to other people who maybe think, well, I'm a trainer or I'm this, I'm
Yeah,
that. I can't cross over. You've
100%.
really made that crossover.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I look at your food and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to make that. I need the recipe, the Pierre cakes.
Yeah.
God, if you guys haven't had the Pierre cakes, oh, they're delicious.
Thank you. Yeah. It's like, man, and you've been a big part of my success in that too, and it's because I grew up cooking around my grandmothers and and having to like cook for my siblings. And like, it's always been something I like to do,
Right.
and then
Yeah.
getting into a point to working with, Isaiah and him wanting me to be like his guy. But that meant way more than just training, recovery, and like his wellness. He's like, yo, I see you can cook. Can you cook for me? Can you do this? And I'm like, yo, all right, because now you want this to be my responsibility, if we're going to do it to this level, it has to be my way and it has to be based on science because that's how
Right.
I coach and that's how I work with people.
Yeah.
And so getting into like understanding like what foods he's allergic to, food sensitivity testing, understanding the way his body is designed, and then now curating meals to enhance his performance, and then me actually doing that and then seeing him win a championship based on all of that I'm
Right?
like, yo, this is exactly like the methods it should be. And
Isn't that
so
cool? Yeah.
you have been a big, huge help developing that for me because,
Thank you.
you know,
Thank you.
and like I see what you do and the hunger and the desire to be great, but there's so many levels to what you
Hmm.
do. And I can be a big a true testament, you know, to your success. Mine is because of you, in saying that, look, even though you know you're up here in the world of culinary, you still never stop to like reach down and say, hey, Pierre, I can pull you up with me or help you elevate in ways, because we have our own specialties.
We
Like,
do. Yeah.
you're an experience, you are the taste, you have like so many different flavor profiles on the plate, and you can do so many different things. And so for me, just understanding like that, even though I cook performance based meals and I want people to move and feel and like use it for a purpose, you still always challenge me to, you know, not only try something new, but figure out why you're trying something new, and to figure out how do these certain foods go together. And that even though the meal may not be to experience it because of how it's being used, you can still have a really good dish. And that's one thing that I love. I love just bouncing ideas off of you and talking business. And like, but it didn't start like this though. Like, how did you go from, like I said, like from Maggie, just a young girl, to like this Maggie you're in now? Like, what show us that, tell us that story.
By accident. I stumbled into it. I really
Yeah.
did. I had wanted to go to culinary school
Hmm.
after college. I'm sorry, after high school, and my parents were like, "No, you need a 4-year degree, and if you get your bachelor's, then you can go to
Mm.
culinary school." But fast forward 6 years, because I spent a little bit of too much time in college. I wanted to get out. The last thing I
Yeah.
wanted to do was be in school. I was in Miami. I was doing an internship for public relations. I wanted to be in fashion PR,
Oh wow.
and I got married. And my husband at the time, great guy, he was like, "Figure out something you want to
Yeah.
do. I don't care if you're volunteering. I don't care. Just figure it
Do
out."
something.
And I thought, I want to go to culinary school, and I want to cook in someone's home a couple days a week and be private. And that's what I did. And I never thought it would snowball into the sports world. Okay, I had to Google. I still have to Google players when I
Yeah.
get a call for a contractor, and I'm like, "Oh, this guy, he's a big deal,"
Yeah.
you know? I had no idea, and it a friend of mine hooked me up. He was an assistant for Pat Riley at the time.
Holy moly.
I had to Google Pat Riley. I know, terrible. But Miss High Heels, Miss, wearing
Yeah.
red nail polish to school, culinary
Yeah.
school on the first day, got into sports.
Mm.
And from Pat, it really snowballed into, like I said, working with the players, and I'm very results driven.
Yeah.
So getting to see your food make a difference, just like your training.
Yeah.
You see that athlete on the field, and
Hmm.
it is so exhilarating to know that you're a part of that.
Yeah.
And what you're doing is really working.
Yeah.
And then from there, it built, and I just couldn't believe it. And people who are just starting out, I will say that don't feel pressure to know what you're doing or where you're going, because it's going to find you.
Amen. Amen.
It will find you naturally, and you will be so surprised when it finally does. But yes, I mean that's how it all happened, and here I am with you.
And then how did
But
you end up in Houston though?
in Houston, well,
Yeah.
because I'm from Houston originally.
Okay.
So I'm originally from Houston, and then I wanted to go to New York. Ever since high school, I was like, I'm going to live in New York. I made a stop in Miami, and then I never left because, I mean, it
It's
was so much
Miami.
fun. It's
Second home. I love
Miami.
Miami.
And I spent my all my adult years in Miami.
Yeah.
I've only been back, I think we're going on 5 years.
Oh man.
And I was so scared because I was like, how am I going to transition? Because Miami is such a hotbed for athletes
Yeah.
during off season. Some of the best sports therapists and recovery and everything is there. How am I going to bring that to Houston? Because I needed to come back for family
Yeah.
after COVID. And I hired, this is how we met, Lisa Goshman,
Yeah.
PR, PR
Yeah.
extraordinaire.
Lisa, I know you're watching this. We love you.
We
We
love
wouldn't be here
you.
without you. So Lisa, hey,
Yeah.
keep doing you, baby. And she
Yeah.
is a
She's the
firecracker.
connector, man. I go way, she's the connector.
Hmm.
So we met, and I forgot where I was going with this because Lisa, but
Heck, coming to
I,
Houston,
but yeah,
family.
coming back here, I had to really rebuild. I thought, oh, I'm in, from Miami, and I've got this roster of celebrities and
Yeah.
athletes. It's going to be a no brainer. And boy, was it a big transition because Houston is so different. But Lisa really helped guide me into the direction a lot faster than if I had done it on my own,
Yeah.
and really knew the right intros to make. And from there, I really learned to surround myself with people who are going the same direction,
Mm-hmm.
upward.
Yeah.
Here you are. And every time I talk to you, I never seem not smiling, even on a bad day. There's something
Thank you.
always positive that you bring
Yeah.
to the table. And I think that, surrounding myself with people such as yourself
Mm-hmm.
has only made me more successful.
Yeah.
So you got to drop the people that aren't,
Yeah.
which is hard to do sometimes, but you're not going to elevate.
Yeah, and it's understanding that we're not alone in this, right? Like, even though everybody has, like, we're working towards the same goal, but even though our lanes are so different, like, I'd say the biggest thing in this life that a lot of us miss out on is we think we're alone in every situation we go through. And there's like, it's nice to be like, man, who could I call for this? And even
Right.
if it's a totally different lane that you do for business or work or whatever your career is, I think there's a special connection between entrepreneurs, people that
For
are
sure.
not a entrepreneur, a true entrepreneur,
Ooh, I like
right?
that.
Like people who are really getting it out the mud, starting on their own. They've been through the trenches. There was no handouts. They've had to start over multiple times, right? And a lot of times they're starting over with your last dollar,
Oh, yeah.
and so, and still investing in yourself and still growing and knowing that learning never stops. I
Mm-mm.
think the beauty of finding true entrepreneurs to just have a conversation with, there's so much power in that because who else better to understand what we're going through than a fellow entrepreneur?
And they can, like you said, I love that you said that they can be in any field.
Mm-hmm.
One of my biggest, her name is Caitlin Kennedy, and she started Happy Hour Pilates. Okay, she's a Pilates guru,
Yeah.
but she has mentored me in ways,
Yeah.
I can call her with any problem.
Mm-hmm.
And even if she's not in culinary,
Yeah.
she gets it because
Yeah.
she's an entrepreneur she's going on to her third studio
It's
now.
beautiful.
So that's like-minded people when they come together
Yes.
can just create so much.
I agree. I
Yeah.
love it. And like, man, we can go on and on about how great you are. And like they're like it's a breath of fresh air though, because if there's one thing like I try to now do when I mentor people is like, yo, you have to step outside of your comfort zone, like
Yeah.
ask for help, and then
Yes.
like, or make the connection or invite yourself to do something with someone. Like, even if it's, hey, can I shadow you? Can I just watch? Like, just
Right.
you doing something for free, the people always want to do things, for a monetary standpoint. But do you realize how much you could learn watching someone like you
It
do what you do at the level that you do it?
And I started practically for free. I was just telling someone I started out, this is so crazy, and this was a long time ago, but my first family, well, I went from Pat to my first real
Hmm.
family experience, $175 for dinner, which if you know now, that is just really non-existent. And if you're
Yeah.
doing that, you shouldn't be.
Yeah.
But um
But we'll have to start
but you've
somewhere.
got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
And I did so many stages for free. And I still to this day,
Yeah.
if I want experience, I will go shadow
Yeah.
someone. 100% because you never stop learning.
Hmm.
And I mean, there's still so much I'm not proficient in pasta. I need to go to pasta. I
Yeah. I
know
remember you telling me that.
it sounds rudimentary, but at the same time, my clients don't want pasta
That is true.
and they don't want sweets. My baking skills are I mean, I practice with a 5-year-old every Monday, and it's actually, I'm getting better, but they don't want me baking cakes. They
Yeah.
don't want that stuff
Mhm.
because during the weekday, when you and I are in the home watching
Mhm.
everything that they're eating,
Yeah,
they get to go out on the weekends and
that
splurge.
is true. That's
They
very
don't
true.
have to go in and be like, oh, can you make this low carb or gluten free?
Yeah,
We handle all that.
exactly.
So,
Yeah, and that's one of the things why I love working with you too, is because like the clients that we cohesively work with together, not only are the things they want performance driven because they're very high net worth with very intentional people in their sports and in their industries,
yes.
but they don't want to, they shouldn't have to think about these type of things.
Right.
If you hire someone who's proficient in understanding the body, nutrition, how these foods work together, and then also too, like, that's why I do genetic testing and food sensitivity testing with all my clients. So that way I can curate their meals to where it's like, bro, you don't have to guess, just eat it. Like, your body told me what you want to eat, so eat it. And then you creating the experience, creating those environments, but still locked in on those same pillars. That, like you just said, like our clients can literally not feel bad about having wine, having cake.
Yeah.
They can go have that family meal with their kids on the weekends and like save their calories for the weekend,
Right.
like we like to do, because they are so locked in
They
throughout the
are.
week.
Athletes are like robots.
Yeah.
They cannot eat like normal people for the
Yeah.
most part. They really can't.
Yeah.
They're like, they're machines.
Yeah.
So for them to get out and, go have croissants or do whatever they like on the weekend, good. You've
Yeah.
earned it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And then also too, like regular everyday people, they also have that same power and capability though.
True.
I think a lot of what I've learned is that people think, oh, you work with this person, or oh, you cook for this person. It's like, yeah, but they're no different. Just because they have more money doesn't make them any different than you.
Oh, not at all.
And so like, and a lot of times they're actually more difficult to work with. And so that's where you're like, God, like this job, it can be overwhelming at times because there's such a high demand for their expectation. But on the contrary, when we're around those people, to touch your point from earlier, we're around those type of people all the time. It makes us elevate as well.
Oh, of course.
And in order for you to stay in that realm, you also have to have high expectation.
And that brings me to an interesting point. I have one client, and every summer, and I've been with this guy for, I want to say we're going on 14 years.
Wow.
I learn something from him. I get a pep talk.
Every time.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes even when I do, something wrong, which I've got some great stories for another time, but he'll pull me aside, and all of his conversations, I leave so inspired.
Yeah.
I come back in September from being with him for so long with just a whole, I can't even explain how motivating it is. And those pep talks alone, even when I'm not in trouble, those pep talks alone are worth their weight in gold from this person. And when you have clients that make you want to be better, that they're giving back to you.
Yeah.
And every single one of them does that.
Yeah.
I can only work with a few people at a time. That, everybody's can't have multiple clients at the same time. But it is really inspiring, the conversations that I've had and the things that I've learned. It's a very mutually beneficial relationship. And if you don't feel that with the client, then you need to maybe rethink who you're with, because you've got to benefit in some sort of way.
And it's more than the monetary exchange. Like,
oh my goodness.
I'm a big believer, like I say, I was like, look, I want to do life with you. And that, and sometimes doing life is 5 years, 14 years, or even 6 months. Like, it doesn't matter. The time that we're locked in on this, what we're trying to accomplish, the goal is, let's do life together. I'm not saying I should be swimming in your pool and hanging out in your hot tub. If you invite me, cool.
Sure.
And that brings me to another point though, is there's a fine line that I've that I've always stuck to, but I'm having to teach other people. You have to realize they're hiring you for a certain objective.
Right.
And if you start getting too comfortable, or you start feeling
too comfortable,
feeling like, oh, what they have is also yours,
or
you're entitled to it, or you will realize you're the first one to go.
Oh, you're out.
And that's the key, is I would say to anyone out there who wants to work with high net worth individuals, I don't care what the industry is or sport or dynamic, you have to understand that, look, you have a job to do, and they expect a certain caliber of job. And no matter how nice they treat you, the watches they buy you, the trips they take you on, the first class tickets they buy you, like all that is a gift from them.
It is a gift.
But don't let that get rooted inside you to think that, oh, like I'm entitled to these things. It's a privilege to be there. Like, it's not something that that's guaranteed to be yours. No. I think that's where the real line has to be is too.
And piggybacking off of what you just said, when I have clients come to me that are looking for a new chef, one of the first questions I always ask is, what happened with your previous chef?
Exactly.
And you know what a majority of them say? They got too comfortable.
Yeah.
Don't get too comfortable. It really is one of the golden rules.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard some crazy stories.
Oh my gosh. And it's tempting because you are gifted so much and you are exposed to so many luxurious things, but at the end of the day, they aren't yours.
Yeah.
So don't get comfortable because they told you could take the morning off, and that means you're going to start sleeping in more. You can come in late. I mean, you're going to get replaced.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's always someone out there who's hungrier for you, that what's your opportunity.
Yes, they're waiting, and there's
Hmm.
some talent out
And someone
there.
will do it for a lot cheaper than what we
So
charge.
much cheaper. I just had about 100+ resumes come through on a position that
Yeah.
was super different and unique. I usually don't post them, but this was so unique because it was global.
Yeah.
And seeing all the talent that came across, I mean, there weren't even a lot of people to weed out, which
Mhm.
just goes to show when you throw the net and that much talent comes back at you, you are reaching the right
Yes,
audience.
I agree. I noticed that. I
So,
saw that on your post. I'm glad I saw you today. Like the comments and the reach and the likes on there. I
right.
was like, yo,
Me
Mac,
too.
I'm like, this is gonna go to another level.
I had no
And
idea.
yeah,
I was like, "Oh, I should maybe boost this so more people see it." I was like, "Maybe I should take this
no,
down."
yeah,
But the reason I posted it is because it is a global opportunity. That doesn't happen a lot. When you have an internationally tagged vessel, you can choose
mhm,
from anyone in the
that
world.
is true.
And seconding that, it's a land and yacht based opportunity.
Yeah,
So you just got a couple different variables there that don't come together often.
yeah, it's rare.
So I thought that was really cool. And I've met so many cool people. I mean, like, I've got new friends now.
Yeah,
And I just think that the power of social media, when you're using it the right way,
amen.
can be
Preach,
so cool.
preach.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
and
love
then
it.
and because I saw that post and I said, Maggie is about to have such a network of people after this that like
Really?
regardless who gets this
Hope
blessing of an opportunity, anything you put out now, some people are going to be reaching for it
right.
because they know you don't play, all right.
No.
But also too, like you genuinely are trying to just provide an opportunity for someone to change their life.
Of course. And I do it all the time
Hmm.
for no money.
Yeah,
All the time. I don't, if somebody needs a chef for something, I'm like, here you go.
yeah,
Because even this is something big too. When you're successful, you can help other people.
amen.
And when you can help other people, that to me, you've
Hmm.
arrived.
Yeah,
And that's just so important because I've had so many chefs come back to me and say, "Man, you really helped me," or I got here because you said X, Y, and Z, and it just my heart, it just makes my heart so happy.
yeah,
So, I mean, whoever does get this, opportunity, that's great. But like, there's several people that I want them all to get it,
yeah.
because they're just so good. But there's so much out there and so many ways to help.
Well, I think what's good about the opportunity too is that even though that's just one opportunity, that many people getting like those people in that echelon, they know more people.
They
They
do.
know other people that are either providing the same type of service or same they have the same amount of wealth or then that same category
Right.
to where who knows what other opportunities can come about
Of
to where you're like, you know what,
course.
Maggie, like I like this person is who I want to go with. I love their Loom interview. I love their video that you sent in. Like they're amazing, their personality, this and that, da 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 da. We're gonna pick this person. But be, I have an entire yacht
Oh,
club or an
yeah. My
entire
database
group.
now
Yes.
is amazing. And I want all these people to connect with each other
Yes.
because if they connect with each other, it's just going to build and build. And I think that is so interesting. My friend Chef Olivia started a group on
Yeah.
WhatsApp, and it's mainly yacht chefs, but it started with just a few people. And I want to say she's got like 2,000 people
Yeah.
all over the world, mostly internationally based, but they can tell you what captains are not
Mhm.
nice, what primaries are we will red flag boats if there's something
Mm.
inappropriate, who's great to work for. People can be on the other side of the world asking, "Hey, where do I source?" And I see this one a lot, a yeast starter for
Oh
bread.
wow.
Yeah, or where can I find a store on this remote island for this special
Yeah.
herb? And you've got someone responding back.
But that's what's beautiful.
Isn't
It's
that great?
like
Yeah.
us being from the U.S. Like if you go cook for a client that's in Spain, I don't know any of the grocery
I'm right.
stores.
I'm
I don't
gonna
know where this stuff is. So to have that resource,
Yeah.
that's powerful. Well, you could honestly, I just thought of it because you said it. Not you have so many resumes right now. You could literally start that same community of chefs. I was like, hey, look, I'm starting the sky high community
Right.
of just chefs to where we can share ideas, we can share opportunities, and like you can provide. Like you're not the only person that has opportunity. Like you have so many that come your way all the time that you just can't take. But like you said, to help people. But how many chefs in Houston alone that are like just want some type of opportunity, even if it's one day a week to prove themselves.
I just I want to help all of them. It
Yeah.
out there, especially Houston.
Yeah.
We are such a amazing food hub. I think we just got ranked number 6 by
Oh, wow.
Food and Wine, but there is no shortage of talent in this city and chefs that are willing to help. Like when I first moved back, I like to use Charles Clark as an example. He runs Brasserie 19 and he's about
Oh,
to open
yeah.
up something else, but he got me my first big client, that I went to the Bahamas with. And then from there, their friend took me to Aspen for a month.
Yeah.
And I always grew up idolizing Charles. When he owed me visa, I was like, wow, he's just so cool, back when I was younger. And to see it come full circle and
Yeah.
now he's helping me. I'm like,
Yes.
oh my gosh, it kind of fanning out.
Yeah.
But even Chris Shepard, who's huge and he's always giving back, Southern Smoke Foundation. He's been instrumental in helping me. Food content, uh, the editor Eric Sandler has hooked me up with some great people too. And so when you find that network of people that are going to lift you up, it's
Yes.
just, yeah, it's great.
Well, man, so I'd say with all that being said, like your story, not only does it show a timeline of you just figuring things out, and we still kind of are.
Oh, we still.
I would say like the most biggest takeaways for me through this were just understanding continuously to try to diversify your network, continuously try to help as many people as you can along the way, even because people think it costs money to help people. It doesn't. It really doesn't. And then here you are just posting an opportunity, and now you have an even bigger network than you've ever had probably in your entire
Ever.
career.
Global.
Yeah.
This database I'm building is
Yes.
beautiful right now.
I love it.
And
I can't wait to see it.
I'm excited. I'm excited because now when something comes along my way, there's more reach and
Yes.
more opportunity out there for everyone because there's enough for everybody to eat.
Amen.
There really is. There's
Amen.
no reason for anyone to, think otherwise.
Yeah,
So,
it's understanding there's plenty of blessings out there, and just knowing that look,
yes.
just because this person's doing great doesn't mean it takes away from mine. And so with a
No.
young chef out there right now, like how can they get in touch with you? I know your social media is Sky High Chef, right? So like let them know like how they can get in touch with you, how they can get a part of that database, and then also to one takeaway that they should leave with after watching this video.
Okay, let's start with the takeaway.
Yeah.
You could have excellent cooking skills. You could be great in a restaurant, but being in someone's home, personality. Because it doesn't matter how great of a cook you are.
Yes.
They're going to choose the person that has a pedigree and a way that they hold themselves in that household because that's their sanctuary. That's their personal space.
It is.
So the attitude is going to trump the food.
I'm so glad you said that.
I would say to get in touch with me is you can always DM me, but right now they're like really, really backed up. So if I don't respond right away, you can reach out to my email, which is Maggie at Sky High Chef. And again, that's really backed up right now too. Yes. But I will get to you and we will talk and I will give you if you ask me the truth, I'm going to tell you the truth.
Yes,
if something doesn't
yes.
look right, we can fix it.
Amen.
Hopefully and kind of find out where you fit because in the culinary industry there are so many different niches and the one that you and I in it is a tiny niche because it's different but there are so many others so don't think that this is it. There's other things you can be doing.
Good thing comes to those who wait.
Exactly.
And so with that being said, if Maggie takes the time to get back to you, just keep waiting. So Maggie, man, we love you. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for being such an inspiration and just having my back when I have a bad day and questions. You're always there.
That's what we do.
Always answer. So thank you.
I love you. Thank you.
Love you. You're the best.
We'll see y'all next time.